Now, as I live out in the middle of the woods, and the past 3 videos I have talked about being petrified of the fact that I live in the middle of the woods, you would think that I would be, less curious about the macabre and the scary. But I'm just so fascinated by it. I can't help it. I don't think anybody can. So, last year, I began working on writing my own musical, because I thought that would be a good idea, get some practice in there, I guess. But this particular musical was not your average musical. It was a musical centered around ghost stories and urban legends. Maybe a little creepypasta in there too. I don't know. Can't resist. But it centered around these kids who ran away and, then they meet up in the middle of the woods and they start telling each other ghost stories. They become little chickens and they go home. Now, one particular urban legend was an urban legend from, I don't know, I think it was Arizona? But it was an urban legend about some time in the middle of the Great Depression. This woman's husband had gone off to war, and she was left alone with her many children and not very much money. Eventually the money ran out, and so did the food. Well, the food hadn't entirely run out, but there was nowhere near enough for her and her children. There was enough for the children, but not for her, and she didn't want to die. Out of self-preservation, she gathered up all her children and threw them into the bottom of the canyon. To this day, they say you can still hear the screaming. Yeah, that was one of the stories that made me think, is this worth it? I mean, I didn't use that story, but those stories kept me up very late at night after I wrote it. And to be honest, I don't think I'm ever going to do that musical. There's enough going on in the world right now that I don't think a lot of people would be very excited to watch a ghost story musical. We need positivity. We need fluff. The next story might be a little better.